Hello friends, audiophiles, rock and rollers, welcome back to the studio. Today, I have a video for you that I don't hear spoken about very often on YouTube, and I feel it's of extreme importance, and that is arrangement in our music. For those of us lucky enough to have a recording studio in our home or somewhere close by, many times we're writing and recording at the same time as we go, and maybe arrangement isn't the first thing on our minds as we're doing this. I record analog drums in my studio, and for this type of workflow, arrangement is especially important. You need to have it on your mind while you're recording, or definitely have things laid out the way you want before you go in to track those drums. Not using virtual instruments means things aren't going to be as perfectly snapped to the grid. Don't get me wrong, I do some edits on my drum parts, but I like to get them all in one take if I can. That way you're not hearing crash cymbals bleed into other parts and things just flow well. You can make it one cohesive, complete idea from the beginning of the song. Today is drum tracking day for my new song, but before I get behind the kit, I want to share my computer screen with you and let you see a few of the things I do to get the mix ready for drums and just get the song feeling good in general. For instance, when I started this song, I had this riff and part that I was playing. I'm going to play it for you on this guitar here in a second, but I initially thought of it as the intro to my song. As the song grew, it turned out that it worked much better with a different part of the song building into this part as the B section. I want to take just a moment to talk to you about the channel. Lately, my channel's doing better than ever, but I'm still having to navigate this very random algorithm. Let me tell you what I mean by that. The views on my last 3 videos are 14,500, 2,100, and then my video last week on hybrid mixing has 53 views. There's no real rhyme or reason for this. The video has the same look and quality as any of my other videos, just the algorithm didn't pick it up and suggest it. And there's some things you can do to help me combat this and get these videos out to more people. Number 1, watch as much of the video as you possibly can. Also, if you're a music lover or if you have a studio and you're learning about engineering, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Anything you can do in this way will help get these videos out to more people and help me to make more content. Thanks a lot. That guitar part that I played for you was the original idea that informed everything about what this song was going to be. From key to tempo, it all came from that original chord progression that I played. I thought that was going to be the intro to the song, but I played another part that made for a good build into that original progression. You're going to hear it here, and I added some signatures that signal a key change, some landmarks, if you will, so you can tell what's coming and adds some dynamics and some excitement to the song. Let's listen. As arrangers, one of the most effective tools we have is panning. We all know it's necessary to hard pan stereo guitars to get a wide sounding mix, but you can get so much more dimension than that depending on where you place things. You heard it in these tracks I played for you. I had the stereo hard pan guitars, but I also had a cleaner guitar set at 30 left, and when the feedback guitar came in to signal the B section, it was set right at 10. I love to automate my panning, and there's also plugins inside your DAW, and you can buy ones from Sound Toys like PanMan. But just getting creative with your automation, you can do a lot. I also like to automate my effect sends. You can pan your reverb opposite to where your guitar is. This is a thing that Van Halen did way back in the 70s. It's very effective. Get creative with where you place your guitars in the mix. Another very Stonesy thing to do is set one guitar left and play a complementary part on the right that bounce off each other. Keith used to call it weaving. It's a great sound, very rock and roll, and I do it all the time in my mixes. Music, by definition, is about repeating patterns and phrases, but it's very important to add some variation in there to keep the listener interested. If you're repeating a 4-bar phrase, on the 3rd bar, change it up just a bit, add a small variation in there. This is going to tweak the listener's ear and get them to pay attention to the music. Also, adding some little landmarks going into different sections of the song is very important. Maybe you're repeating a pattern going into the bridge of your song, but you have all the instruments drop out except the kick drum. This just changes the feel of the song and signals something important getting ready to happen in the music, and the listener immediately pays attention. As musicians, it can be very easy to get lost in technique. We all do it. But I always try to remind myself that my favorite music is the music that brings out my emotions, whatever that may be. Happy, sad, in love. However I'm feeling, I like the music to bring that out in me. And when I'm thinking about how I arrange my music, this is the goal I'm shooting for. And I suppose the best musicians strike that balance between technique and emotion. To me, it's not a 50-50 thing. It needs to be about 70-30 or 80-20 to the emotion side. Some very simple parts have made very great songs. It's not all about technique. Remember this when you're arranging, when you're writing. Do something that's going to make somebody feel something.